Hi, this is Stephanie from EmbraceTheBeautifulChaos.com, and today I want to talk to you about the kind of sad part of motherhood where you know how much you're doing your whole mom thing, but maybe you're not necessarily feeling the love and appreciation that you'd like from those closest to you. And I'm going to share with you 4 steps that I take when I'm in this type of mom rut to overcome it, to quickly get myself out of, that it's a funky feeling. You don't feel good when you're like, oh, I'm doing so much and no one appreciates me. Following these 4 steps will definitely help you out. But first, I have to share with you this story that happened a couple weeks ago. I went to my local mall and I was getting lunch, decided to have lunch at the food court. And the janitor there, I had noticed him for, several years, and he was always busting his butt. I mean, this guy is detail-oriented and meticulous, wonderful, absolutely wonderful at his job. And this day was a little different because I was there by myself. Usually I meet up with friends or something or have a kid in tow. So this time it was just me. Grab my pizza, super excited. It was Friday. It was a great day. Sit down and I'm just people watching. I see different people having conversations or whatever. And I notice that this guy is hustling. He is, no sooner do people stand up than he's at the table clearing it off, sanitizing, pushing in the chairs. You couldn't even tell that people had just left seconds before. So I am admiring him. I'm like, wow, what a hard worker. That guy's great. And as fate would have it, he walks by my table, looks at me, and I had never spoken to him before just because our paths had never really crossed. And I said, hey, how you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm good, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to wrap up. I guess it was toward the end of his shift or something. And I said, yeah, I always see and always notice how hard you work here. And I bet you're really tired. It must be tiring. And he looked over at me and he said, I'm glad that somebody sees that. And it just stopped me in my tracks. I had tears in my eyes. I was speechless in that moment. Not necessarily for that moment, right? And that exchange that I had with the awesome janitor, but it was much more because I felt that on a soul level. The mom in me was like, yes, I know what that's like not to be seen. I know what that's like to work and sacrifice and keep going, even when you don't want to, and not have anyone pat you on the back, not have anyone cheer you on, not even like a, hey, good job, thanks, thanks mom, thanks. And it's sad. It can be depressing even. And, it's easy to start questioning, why the hell am I even doing this? Like, I'm doing all of these things, cooking, cleaning, running the house, organizing the schedules, taking care of the kids, making sure that they always have their stuff. And of course you do that because you love your kids, you love your family. But there's a certain point where it can become overwhelming, right? And in that moment, if you're not feeling the love, okay, from the people that you're sacrificing what you'd rather be doing for, it can be disheartening. And that's the reason why, my eyes filled with tears is because I truly understood what he meant. I'm so glad that someone sees that. I'm glad someone sees my hard work. And it's just validation of, yeah, I'm doing a good job. So it doesn't even mean that every day I'm looking for, yeah, hip hip hooray, mom's the best. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it can be frustrating or a little sad when you feel like you're giving so much. And I found this especially true when I had my oldest 2. They're 14 months apart. When they were toddler phase, like preschool phase, or even babies, it was exhausting to say the least. There were so many sweet moments and amazing moments, but for the majority of the time, it was someone always needing something, and my, wants, needs, whatever in the back seat. So I totally get where the janitor's coming from. And as a mom, I'm sure that you can too. The very first step that I'd like to share with you today in quickly getting out of this rut is to, number one, know that you are not alone. All right. In the history of the world, moms every place, at any given point in time, I'm sure have felt the same way of I'm giving so much, because it's a soul consuming job. I mean, you're putting everything you are into this, and it's that important. And, when you're doing that over a certain amount of time without that feeling of appreciation or any type of positive feedback for yourself, it can get frustrating. So just know, Mama, I see you. I'm proud of you. You are not alone in this, okay? And I know on an intellectual level that other moms get that. Other moms see what I do. I see what other moms do, okay? I would like to be, I feel like moms feel like they want their spouse and their kids to see what they do and to appreciate it, because that's ultimately who you're doing it for. Now, let me say this. My husband is amazing, tells me all the time how much he appreciates me, how, grateful he is to have me. It's wonderful. I feel super supported. My kids as well, with that unsolicited hug or whatever, it's great. It's a really good feeling, to finally hear thank you. When they were younger, they didn't even know what I was doing for them. They just knew that I was the go-to person, and if they needed something, they could count on me. But anyway, there are still times that if I'm, it happens that I fall into this rut, even myself. So I remember that I'm not alone in this, okay? I'm not the only mom in the history of the world to, like I said earlier, be overworked, underappreciated. Step 2, which is super important, is that if no one's acknowledging you, that doesn't mean that you don't have to acknowledge what you're doing, okay? So, all right, fine. Maybe your spouse and kids are too caught up in whatever they're doing. They're not giving you the credit you deserve, but you can still notice what you're doing, and you can still make that list and just marvel at it like, wow. And this is actually something I recommend doing in my book, Embrace the Beautiful Chaos of Motherhood, where in the first chapter, I suggest that the readers write out a list of everything they do in a normal day, and then just step back and marvel at it. Now please remember that the point of this list isn't to look at all that I do and look at what everyone else isn't doing. No. It's to get clear on what you are doing and be like, wow, I am an incredible woman. Look at all that I produce. Look at how badass this list is, because it's a lot. It's a whole lot that moms do every day. Anyway, so that's step 2. Don't wait for other people to acknowledge you. Acknowledge yourself. Be appreciative of that great mom that you are. Step 3 is setting an example for your loved ones, especially those closest to you, to notice what they're doing, all right, and tell them about it. Notice what you admire in them and tell them about it, right? So because remember, you're a mom, and it's our job as moms to set examples and to teach our kids and, just to raise them in the ways that we would have them go. And, what better way to kind of, set this example than to have them mirror it. How can I expect them to, compliment me and tell me that, how appreciative they are of everything I do for them, if I'm not doing that for them, or they're not seeing me do that for their dad, or they're not seeing me do that with my friends, or even people in the store, or, it doesn't even have to be necessarily your immediate family. It could be extended family, it could be friends, it could be strangers. If someone holds the door and you say thank you, that's modeling, and anyway, maybe oversimplifying, but still you get the point. The fourth step is, this is one you have to be really careful with, but it's to gently point out what you'd like, all right? This is a whole other chapter in my book that I go over, but your family, nobody in your family is a mind reader, right? So it's okay if you say, guys, I feel like I have been doing a lot lately, and I feel like, I'm not really getting the love and appreciation that I feel should go with it. You can be honest with them. Be careful here, because you don't want it coming off as something passive aggressive or anything like that. You want to come from a place of, I have this issue going on. Maybe it's me, maybe it's something, but help me, right? And is there something that you appreciate? Maybe you start a family thing once a week where you go through and you run down the list of everything that, that each family member did this week that you appreciate. And if they need help, because this is still a process that they're learning, you can definitely walk them through to say, all right, well, did you appreciate how I did your laundry this week? Did you appreciate how I emptied the dishwasher for you when it was your night? Or whatever it is. Did you appreciate, those extra hugs, those extra kisses? Whatever it is, right? It's going to vary family by family, but you get the point. Right? So definitely bring it up in conversation and share your expectations and share what you need, right? Because as a mom, it's so important to make sure you're getting the love and appreciation from yourself and from others. And girl, if you ever need any type of encouragement, just send me a message. I got you. Now, if you are a mom, I am positive you can relate to this. Hopefully you found these 4 steps very helpful. And if you did, please like the video. You can follow or you can subscribe, and definitely comment below what are other ways that, you get out of ruts when you're feeling unappreciated as a mom. If you would like to see more of my content, please check out www.embracethebeautifulchaos.com. And I will look forward to seeing everybody soon.